Hello. So some of you probably realize that I am not a native English speaker. My mother tongue is French, and my father attempted to teach me German to no success, which I guess kind of sucks, but apparently I was very reluctant to learn German. You know, I was lucky enough around 11 to learn English in an international school. It was an American international school, which could potentially explain my American influence in my accent. But learning a new language really opened my eyes, and I think there's a lot of benefits in learning a new language, which are more than, the obvious, which is being able to communicate with a lot of people. Being able to communicate with a lot of people should definitely not be ignored because it's awesome, especially going from French, which is already pretty well spoken around the world, but then learning English where everybody pretty much learns it, even if it's not taught at school. You get to speak to so many people, and being able to speak a new language means that you have a lot more cultures that you're going to be able to communicate with, and that's pretty cool. This will open your mind to new cultures, but just learning a new language in itself will open your mind on language and maybe the weaknesses of language. Let me explain what I mean. Because, I always thought, language is kind of this ultimate way of communicating because it's clear and we all make sense. By learning a new language, you realize that language is not this clear, very well-defined thing, very well-defined way of communicating. And it's like anything else, it can be interpreted, and this is why we see all these differences in all these different languages. But languages, you see, affect the culture of people and affect the way they are. And it's pretty interesting to look at it because there's one thing that I feel is very bad in French, other than all these rules and exceptions they have, which is the pain. This one thing is the way you say you to someone, to different people. Because they have two forms of the pronoun you. One of them is more casual, which is tu, like tu. And then there's the more respectful way, which is vous, which is V-O-U-S. Don't ask why. But this has made for some very awkward moments in my life because I never know which one to use to people who are older, especially when you're growing up, because you get to a stage where you used to say the more respectful way to every adult because you were young. But at that stage where you start growing up and you start working, you never know what to say. And half of the time I try to wait until the other person says it first so I can copy him. And the other half, I just try to avoid the you completely. So I'll make sentences, I'll have discussions without using you. And trust me, it's possible. It's hard and it sounds weird, but it's possible. But that really bothers me, that the French language has so much effect on the way you behave with someone else. The language dictates whether you're gonna be close to that person or you're gonna be very distant and respectful. I definitely don't think that's something that a language should dictate. So yeah, let me know what you think about what I said. If you agree, if you really think it actually helps, to open up your mind towards the weaknesses of languages. I feel that sounds very deep. I guess it kind of is. I guess it's pretty far-fetched. I don't know. Let me know. Bye.